It's nice to see our work being so highly valued.
I'd say it's a thankless job, but someone just sent us a video link named thankyou.mp4, so at least it's a one-thank job.
I want to see it.
You have completed your first contract with 404, the dark web's first peer-to-peer hacktivist network. I am in the network. I give the contracts. That's all you need to know about me. I'm nobody. I'm an out. Also connected to your optic now, so let's see who you are. Hold on. Are you a DedSec? Oh, this is fucking mint, this. Yeah, that's more like it. Fortune's smiling on us today, DedSec. The world is fucked. But we can help each other set things right. I'm at Somerset House staking out contracts. Come and find me. Let's talk.
So how did it happen? What does it mean?
Laters.
How can we reverse?
It's official. We have a Psycho fan.
Can you identify? Hiya, Bagley.
I've run Nout's name and face through the usual databases and turned up nothing. Oh, Nout. Right, just got that.
Wait, do we actually want to meet this mystery woman?
Worth the risk, in my opinion. She seems like a real DedSec fan, and I'd certainly rather have her as a friend than an enemy.
If she isn't with Zero Day, she might know who is. And if she is with Zero Day, it's probably a trap. Either way, we'll have new information.
Agreed. Let's get this done.
Great dictator in history has had basically their own jackbooted set of guys that they can send in to rough up people who annoy them.
Got a potential recruit for you. I'll mark them on your map.
You can start taking powers to yourself, and actually who is in charge of telling you no. It's always a worrying sign when you see, say, a president surrounding themselves with ex-military guys with, 5-star generals or whatever it might be, because that sort of suggests that they want to run the country like you run a war. And in a war, you have to be incredibly hierarchical. You have to be top-down. People essentially have to obey orders because that's the only way that you can make that work. That's not how it works normally in a democracy, and that's the problem.
You're in. Now find the thing.
Sorry?
Protect has led the world in AI innovation. We automated London's black cat, we brought Bagley to your optics. But our latest endeavors have been entirely new. Technology and humanity, two sides of the same coin. That is the heart of Daybreak. A chance to leave the troubles of the world behind. Things may seem bleak now, but a new society awaits you. A society of peace, an illusion of love and prosperity. Join our men in releasing updates when Daybreak goes live. Unleash the full potential of your mind. Once join us in the world Protect has led to the world.
Oh, dead drone. That's what this
Protect has led to the world in AI innovation. We automated London's black cabs, we brought Bagley to your optics. But our latest endeavors have been entirely new. Technology and humanity, two sides of the same coin. That is the heart of Daybreak. A chance to leave the troubles of the world behind. Things may seem bleak now, but a new society awaits you. A society of peace and innovation, love and prosperity. Join us.
What? No, I'm just walking. Get the fuck out of here!
We automated London's black cabs, we brought Bagley to your optics. Our latest endeavors have been entirely new. Technology can have two sides of the same coin. That is the heart of it. To leave the troubles of the world behind. Things may still be now with a new society awaits you. A society of peace and innovation, of love and prosperity. Join our members to receive updates when Daybreak goes live. Unleash the full potential of your mind. Once a complete procedure and you can be free forever.
Are you Nout?
Hey, you made it.
I seem to have caught you at a bad time.
What? Oh, him. Yeah, he thought I was trespassing. I set him straight.
Understood.
Now, about that message I sent you. I might have been a little overexcited. Oh, shut up! I've been investigating a massive contract. Too massive for the plebs who use 404. This contract is different. Dangerous.
Who is it?
I will tell you. But first I have to trust you. And you have to trust me, you know? So, I'm gonna send you another 404 contract. Let's just get to know each other a little better.
And what makes you so sure these contracts you find deserve to be targeted?
Oh, there you go. Asking the right questions. Trust me. I do my research. I know every contract inside out and they're all part of the problem. London, the world, will be much better off with our help. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to move this twat before he gets his strength back. Laters.
Not a trap. Sounds like we have a potential partnership with this mean, aggressive mystery woman. Give it a think and we'll discuss once you're out of Somerset House.
Not a bad idea.
The world in AI innovation. We automated London's black cabs. We brought Bagley to your optics. But our latest endeavor is something entirely new. Technology can have two sides of the same coin. That is the heart.
Suggestions?
I like the way she thinks. No way she's with Zero Day. At least I hope not. Kinda want to marry the bird.
Shady as she is, I respect her ideals and work ethic. I feel we can learn from her.
If you decide to become gig economy hacktivists, then I'll support you, because I literally have no choice.
Is London Calling. I'm Tash, and this is Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. Today we're talking about policing, by consent or by force for profit. Ever since Sir Robert Peel created the police force as we know it in 1829, London has relied on the Metropolitan Police Service for peace, stability, and justice. They weren't perfect, but at least there was some democratic control. Now there's a new sheriff in town. If you're a victim of crime or you just want to silence a peaceful protest, there's a new police force to turn to. Albion. And they're about as far...
An Albion guard recruited for DedSec. I'm sure they could get us in all sorts of restricted areas.
London has been up for sale and privatization for years. The only difference is that now the private companies have guns. So how did it happen? What does it mean? How can we reverse it? And what's the price of justice? On Buccaneer, we conceal everyone's full names for their own safety. Here's Helen, who investigated policing, civil rights and justice in pre-crisis Britain.
One of the kind of classic hallmarks of a fascist leader is having their own private army.
I'm here.
Well done. Let me tell you about your contract. The Nexus Tower holds a quantum computer used by Albion. It simulates civilian response to large-scale events. Mass arrests, deportations, bombings.
They're using a computer to find out how much shit they can get away with.
It's a minging piece of work. Destroy the quantum computer. That's the contract.
Just surrender yourself. Failure to comply will result in extreme measures.
What was that?
Sierra 4-2, Sierra 4-2, this is Control. An alarm has been
Who the hell tripped that alarm?
Survey the area. Over.
Better look around. Crew, full sweep of the area.
Surrender yourself. You brute! Cease and desist, or you will be restrained.
Clear over here.
Sending location on the 1033. Advised conditions. Suspect or suspect.
Officer down!
Location. Received. Responding to the situation now.
There's our suspect. Over.
Negative. No vision of the suspect.
Control, I can't see the suspect. Please advise.
Job done.
Returning to
They weren't
HQ.
perfect, but at
Search
least there was some
terminated.
democratic control. Now there's
We're not gonna get out of this one. Clear. No room for error here.
We lost them. Radio HQ, let them know.
Something over there.
I'm getting drone interference. Enter lockdown.
Suspicious behavior.
Nothing here.
Area clear. We're all clear over here.
Not seeing anything here. Moving elsewhere.
He's not here. Call off the search.
You're a natural. Next step is to wait for Now to get back to us. But don't wait here. That would be a shit idea.
Agreed.
Dead good. Glad to establish a foundation of trust. I'm ready to show you the contract I'm investigating. Go to the GBB. You shouldn't have any trouble finding her.
This is London Calling. I'm Tash, and this is Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. Today we're talking about policing, by consent or by force for profit. Ever since Sir Robert Peel created the police force as we know it in 1829, London has relied on the Metropolitan Police Service for peace, stability, and justice. They weren't perfect, but at least there was some democratic control. Now there's a new sheriff in town. If you're a victim of crime or you just want to silence a peaceful protest, there's a new police force to turn to. Albion. And they're about as far from the old-fashioned Bobby on the beat as it's possible to get. When Hassani handed over London to Nigel Katz, many people were surprised, but we weren't. London has been up for sale and privatisation for years. The only difference is that now the private companies have guns. So how did it happen? What does it mean? How can we reverse it? And what's the price of justice? On Buccaneer, we conceal everyone's full names for their own safety. Here's Helen, who investigated policing, civil rights and justice in pre-crisis Britain.
One of the kind of classic hallmarks of a fascist leader is having their own private army or police force. You know, it is in a democracy, the state tends to have a monopoly on violence, and that's not what happens when a state fails. You know, you end up with people running their own private militias, and we've seen this all over the world. You know, every kind of great dictator in history has had basically their own jackbooted set of guys that they can send in to rough up people who annoy them. And that's the danger of a force like Albion. You know, you start taking powers to yourself, and actually who is in charge of telling you no? It's always a worrying sign when you see, say, a president surrounding themselves with ex-military guys, with, you know, 5-star generals or whatever it might be, because that sort of suggests that they want to run the country like you run a war. And in a war, you have to be incredibly hierarchical. You know, you have to be top down. People essentially have to obey orders because that's the only way that you can make that work. But that's not how it works normally in a democracy. And that's the problem, really, is you end up in a situation where normal peacetime checks and balances are suspended, and that's really scary.
Ah, the GBB, once considered the world's greatest public broadcaster, now considered, quote, quite shit. This is where you'll find Now's big contract.
You can forget about getting in the door, but there's an access point on the roof that should give you a nice view of the proceedings.
Please move along. If you're not on the list, you're not getting in.
Why don't you actually check the list?
Please move along.
Albion operations can cause unintended disruption. and desist, or you will be restrained.
Wait, do not resist! Bloody fool!
Failing to comply.
Can anyone see the suspect?
Let's get this little shit! Drone, initiate search.
Clear! No sign of him yet. This area is clear.
Searching the ground. Target remains undetected.
Where are you?
Right. Back to it.
Check our next area.
People of London, all illegal activities will be prosecuted.
Everything you are is in your brain. Your love, your fear, your dreams, even the cheeky ones, are all electrical signals firing back and forth between your ears. This right here is more powerful than any computer, but it has its limitations. I watched my mother succumb to motor neuron disease, and her loss made me realize that death comes to us all. But what if we could change that? What if we could scan your brain and upload the neural map to the cloud? Well, it would mean the end of human suffering, of death itself, and the beginning of a new society where war, oppression, disease are all worries of the past. Hello. My name is Sky Larson. I'm CEO of Brokertech, and this is Daybreak. Now, since all of you have signed up for our waitlist, I'm sure you're eager to see how Daybreak really works. But before we do that, I'll ask the technicians at the board to cut the live feed. We wouldn't want any uninvited guests recording these trade secrets. Daybreak is an imaging system which scans the...
Citizens, if you see something, say something. We are here to protect you.
There you have it, DedSec. The big contract.
You really want to go after Sky Larson?
Oh, I want to do more than that. Problem is, Larson hasn't been seen in public in nearly 2 years, and he can't kill a hologram. I've been trying to track her down. I found a home here in London, but that, well...
But Sky Larson revolutionised AI. She automated most of the city and created our man Bagley. Is she collecting data on us? What's she up to?
Plenty. But you need to see for yourself. A mansion's in Westminster. Things you'll see in there.
She disconnected.